Can your past lives affect your ability to achieve financial success in this lifetime? And the answer is absolutely. I see it all the time. My name is Mackenzie. I am a past life healer, a certified hypnotherapist, and the founder of My Solchemy. So let's get into it. I understand the frustration. You're chasing money all the time. And there's this little thing called past life energy that may be holding you up from achieving the financial success that you desire. So I know it's very frustrating. You're like, of all the things to worry about, how am I supposed to know if a past life is affecting my ability to see success right here, right now? Well, let's get into it. I promise you it's not that scary of a thing. But if you are in these weird patterns, let's say you put in all the right work, maybe you have these weird situations always coming up around your money, you can't make money, keep money, earn money, all that good stuff, then there might be some energetic blocks that you want to take a look at. Now, I see this all the time with my clients, and sometimes the blocks don't even have anything specifically to do with money. So let's get started. How does this all work? So let me take you back to the beginning and cover a basic reincarnation principle. Because if you gravitate towards this type of content, I can tell you, you probably have not only been here hundreds of times, but maybe thousands. Our soul has been through so much, and we have been back and forth in this earthly plane so many times. We've had so many different experiences. So even though might pass from body to body, we don't necessarily incarnate with a clean slate. So let's get into this. Number one, this is probably the most important, and it's your belief systems that you have around money. Now, when we incarnate, we carry with us belief systems, and the world is constantly mirroring to us what that belief is. So I would encourage you to take a look at when you're sitting in the presence of your money. Just sit still and think about your money situation, a money event, or whatever that might be. What comes up for you? Are the beliefs that you have around money negative, or are they negative or positive? Because usually those negative belief systems tend to carry over from prior lifetimes. So if you specifically have had really, really negative situations with money, or it could even be a belief system that I can never have money, those do tend to play out until you can see, observe it, and then you want to clear and transmute that. And just by observing with the intention that you want to clear that, that can tend to do the job for you. Now, of course, you can go deeper, do specific hypnotherapy sessions or even a past life healing sessions that can get pretty specific, and we can dial in right on what is holding you up in those belief systems, and we can turn them around. But those are some of the main things that we do carry over from past lives that can be holding you up financially from you reaching your financial goals. Okay. Two, vows. Yep, I see this all the time in my clients. Vows can actually carry quite a heavy weight, energetically speaking. Why is that? And it's not this Romeo and Juliet, like, I'll never love again. It doesn't always have to be that way. But like I said, we've experienced so many different things. And oftentimes, when we go through specific traumas or really heavy emotionally driven experiences and situations, we can hold on to that and we can say, oh my gosh, like I will never do that again. I'll never put myself in a situation that makes me vulnerable. And we make these specific vows from the intention that it's supposed to keep us safe. But ultimately, as we progress in our soul's journey, that can hold you up. Now, I've seen vows from vows of poverty, which specifically I had one. So let's say you had an experience where you saw a lot of suffering. A lot of light workers have this issue, a lot of healers where they'll say things like, you know, I will not sort of feel and experience that happiness till everyone can feel and experience that happiness, until everyone's out of poverty. So I'm going to vow myself poverty. I've seen that multiple times. I've seen vows of, even when it comes to love relationships, can really hold up money as well. Because if you're really, really hurt, our love energy from receiving gets shut down. So if you were really heartbroken and you say, I'll never do that again, energetically, we shut down receiving of love. And that can also hold up money channels of all things. Three, imbalanced karmic patterns. Now, we are responsible for our soul contracts when we come in here. And if we do things that are not in alignment with that contract or alignment with our soul, and we're not really learning the lesson as we go through these incarnations, we take that on until we can balance again and transmute that. So karma isn't necessarily, it doesn't break down into this good or bad paradigm. Karma is just an energy that you at a soul level want to work with. Look at it as like Karmic energy is just simply an illusion that is not to the nature of your soul. And we want to experience that. And when we see that illusion for what it is, that will naturally, again, transmute itself back to source. And that's all that a karmic pattern is. So if you're constantly residing yourself in the fear of specific things, for example, fear of scarcity is a huge one, that is going to continue playing out until you can basically eradicate that out of your energy. And how do you do that? Again, something simple as meditation. What am I fearing? Where is my fear around money? And really go deep into that. And do you feel it in your body? Do you feel it in your mind? Do you feel it in your emotions? What comes up for you? And when you start seeing those fears, that's when you can slowly start moving that out of your energy. And again, that tends to pile up from different incarnations in our experiences here on earth. 4, let's talk about blocked emotions. Oh man. Okay. We are energy. We are a diverse set of different energetic bodies. And when we hold ourselves up from feeling things, if we experience things that we don't like, we will suffocate those feelings, and that will energetically sit not only in our auric field, it will sit in our chakras, it will sit in our tissues, our bodies will manifest as chronic illness. But when you have those blocks, so when I go into someone's energy, I can specifically see these little black dots, and we want to clear that so your entire energy system can start flowing. And when your system is shut down, you can't move through the financial energy in which you desire. So we want to start clearing specific blocks that might be holding you up. And you can specifically clear money blocks and the emotions around money. Now, years ago, this is actually how I got into energy healing. And it's a really interesting story because I was a medical device sales rep back in Chicago, and it was just one horrible, weird dismantle of everything I ever built after another, like boom, 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 boom. And I was working with this one doctor who was supposed to come on board with me as a consultant for the company, which meant I could just work with him and he could purchase this product and I would have a 6-figure salary. I mean, it really was the opportunity of a lifetime. And I primed this for over a year and something happened and it was so weird. And it was overnight, it just exploded. But that was a pattern and I noticed a pattern and something inside of me knew so deeply. I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is an energy bringing this down. And it was so hopeless. It just felt like this despairing hopelessness, pit of despair. You may have gone through this because I knew there was something deeper that needed to be acknowledged, but I didn't know how to do it. Where do you go from there? What do you do? you know? Well, it wasn't until later on, after I moved out here to Los Angeles, that I got connected with an energy healer on Facebook, of all places. And she ended up sharing with me that she studied under Christy Marie Sheldon. And if you don't know who she is, she's with Mind Valley. She's amazing. And she specifically clears abundance blocks. And she talks about how we have these blocked emotions sitting in our energy and you have to clear them. And when my healer scanned my energy, I was really 100% blocked from receiving, earning, keeping, winning. Everything to do with money was shut down. And there were some very specific reasons for that, but my energy was so congested that I could not get myself in alignment with anything. And when she cleared all of these different layers, all of a sudden, specific parts of my life started getting dismantled, which I know sounds really, really scary, but it's not. It was that stuff wasn't working for me. So the universe was realigning itself with my energy to be able to move in a direction where I could actually start making real money. And that was how I got here. And that's exactly the message that I'm trying to share with people is that your energy and your emotions are everything. And if you are carrying blocked energy, it can be really, really hard to get you to the goals in which you want to get to. Now, how does this relate to past life? Well, sometimes when things get experienced in this time-space reality, it can trigger specific memories. Those wounds, those blocks, they get poked at. And all of a sudden, all these different programs start opening up. And by programs, we can go back to all the stuff we just talked about. So we're talking about belief systems get triggered and those start playing out. Those karmic patterns get activated. That starts playing out. So that's why we really want to be on top of observing what we're seeing in our reality so we can start clearing those energetic blocks and just, don't let that stuff accrue. Which also then leads me to number 5, and it's funny because I feel like in many ways, all of this actually is intertwined. So even though I'm breaking it up in bullet points, it's almost all of the same thing, and it's trauma. Trauma will hold up your ability to receive money. We hold on to trauma energetically, physically, emotionally, psychologically, and it really does prevent our ability to create, to enjoy life, to walk the path of our highest possible blueprint and purpose. So we really want to be on top of clearing that. And right now we are in this era of ascension where all of this junk, all these old traumas, all these old karmic patterns are coming up to the surface for us to transmute, which is why a lot of us might be feeling in a state of despair constantly because our soul is just bringing all this stuff up at one time because we can no longer hold on to it, which is a great thing because moving forward, not just in this lifetime, but in our future lifetimes, it's going to be a little bit easier. So thank goodness. But our trauma can get triggered from this lifetime or past lifetimes. Again, it's not a linear thing at all. Let me think of a specific trauma that's showed up for a client lately when it comes to money, because I have had quite a few of them. Ah, yeah, this was interesting. Um, Not to get too heavy, but a lot of abuse from childhood past life experiences tends to translate to one getting shut down. And that's usually because it's linked into specific chakras. So our chakras can also hold that karmic memory. And we want to start transmuting that. So we had to clear some stuff. It was like one lifetime after another. It was pretty brutal. Where she had experienced just really horrible neglect from all these lifetimes. And that did translate into her current childhood, which was very interesting. And it was those experiences then as a child that trickled into her life as an adult because energetically she shut down her root and her sacral chakra. So we wanted just to get all that cleared out so we can start flowing her energy and make money. So those are 5 ways that past life energy can affect your ability to reach your financial goals in this lifetime. I know that was quite a lot. So if you're wondering, well, how the heck do I do this? Well, the good news is you're not alone. And there are a lot of resources out there to help you, which is why I invite you to take a look at my platform, My Solchemy. I have a lot of different wonderful programs and healers and workshops and masterclasses that can help you with this. But if you're looking for a solid place to start, I invite you to take a look at my group container. Now, this is a high-level spiritual and ascension group container. It's called Inner Alchemist Activated. And we're going to cover all the good stuff. So if you're someone that is really ready to surpass your financial situation in your life, but also pair that with maybe building something that's much bigger and better for yourself. So whether it's a business, a platform, moving up your career ladder, um, come on in here because this is years and years of work with some of the absolute best healers that I have ever encountered who are bringing their expertise, their knowledge, and experience into this container. And yeah, this can be totally transformative. So if you've never touched healing work, this is an amazing place to start. We're going to do intuitive coaching. So you will have a little bit of independent work in this as well. We're going to be doing interactive masterclasses, group healing, hypnotherapy. We'll be covering it all. I'll be sure to put a link in the profile. So if you found this helpful, please like. If you don't follow me, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you're welcome to come into My Solchemy. I do offer free stuff in there as well. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.